I'm just ranting and raving about communists because whenever I make a video in response to a bread tuber like Richard Wolf or Means TV or Non-Compete or that mouse communist or whoever else, slowly but surely the communists eventually show up in the comment section with their ridiculous arguments. And it's amazing because they never argue anything that I actually say in my videos. They always try to pivot and try to change the topic. And I think I know why they show up. Because I was thinking about this, just like every time I respond to a bread tuber, and this doesn't bother me. But it's like, every time I make one of these videos, it'll always start out fine, like my subscribers will watch it, they'll like it, and they'll have some kind comments. But then, slowly but surely, the thumbs downs, will trickle in, and I'll get all these negative comments from these idiot communists. See if I can steal base. Stealing base is like the means of production. Nope. That's them commies for you there, silly. And I think what it is it's because the only people that watch bread tubers, it's a very small spectrum. And the spectrum is Bernie Bros to hardcore Marxist-Leninists, with Bernie Bros being the most rational and moderate of the viewers. It's not like your regular liberals or conservatives are seeking out bread tubers. It's not like they care what communists think. Birdo's got a gold glove over there. So if I make a rebuttal video to, say, Non-Compete or Means TV or Richard Wolf, the people who are going to find that are people who are specifically looking for Richard Wolf or Non-Compete or Means TV. It's not someone who just... It's not some moderate who just happens to stumble upon it. I think this would go for anything. I think this would even go for... say, libertarians, which I am not a libertarian. I want to make that clear because people like to pigeonhole me in with libertarians. But when it comes to libertarians, whether it's like Tom Woods or Michael Malice or even Shane Killian or Julie Borowski, it's not usually moderates who are stumbling upon their videos. It's usually other libertarians, with the spectrum being probably Tea Party conservatives and anarchists. Crap. Yes! Got it with the tongue. Yeah, baby. Oh, Yoshi's getting a lot of right swipes on Tinder after that. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell by the history of communism, has never worked. Yeah, right? You'd think that would be the end of it. But if you follow today's communists, they actually think that communism did work. They think the communists were good in a lot of ways. Ah. Or they'll make excuses like, I see Destiny dealing with, because Destiny's been debating with the bread tubers over the last few weeks, few months. He debated non-compete. They just make excuses like, oh, the reason why communism never works is because there's still too much capitalism in the world. They get embargoed. They're the victims of, like, unfair trade policies and all that crap. That ghost really did me a solid there. They're like, hey, our man Luigi, this is Luigi's mansion. We need to help him out. Spooked! Heck, you see this with Venezuela. You see a lot of, socialists apologizing for Venezuela, saying, oh, well, it's because the price of oil collapsed, and it's because the United States imposed sanctions on Venezuela. That's what really tanked their economy. They always got excuses. Yeah, apparently communists would rather have the living standards as the Soviet Union did than corporations make money. Got it. Because profits are theft. You're stealing the labor value of the poor workers. Another way they try to apologize for the Soviet Union is because they helped win World War II, which they did. But they act like the Soviet Union, they were the big superhero, even though they needed resources and technology from Western nations like the United States and the United Kingdom. They also conveniently forget that Stalin had that, what was called the Molotov Pact with Hitler, which appeased Hitler in the early days of the war, allowed Hitler to wage war in Eastern Europe, where the Soviet Union remained neutral as the Nazis were running amok. But again, the Soviet Union was apparently the big heroes of World War II. Crap. Yes, North Korea and Cuba are the last communist states, and I think a big reason for that is because they've both managed to stay isolated. Cuba's an island, and North Korea, they're bordered by only China and South Korea. So it's easy for them to keep an iron grip on their population. Really unfortunate. But hey, at least corporations aren't making profits in North Korea. At least no one's getting their labor value stolen.